This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS with playoff elimination on the line. The most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win to make the playoffs. And breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. 6 teams are alive for 4 spots and all must win. There's no crying in the Big 3. And the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Presented by iHeart.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
Are they really our fans? You know, are you our fans now that things are a little tough, or are you going to be our fans when we run these games off and get in the playoffs? Be consistent. That's all I can ask. Be consistent, and we need to be consistent as well. So it's definitely a hand-in-hand thing.
I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it, man. I really am.
This place sometimes, it's hard to find good help. No, common man. That doesn't happen. Then I got.
Where'd we play?
Yeah, where'd we play? I had to get him to mash the button bar. There's no sense to even try wheel a topic. He'll have no idea where to find it. Who's back on the board there? Is this your first day at the radio station? Who is this?
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, it's you. How do we... I'm not going to suggest it's scraping the bottom. Oh, look at that. Prep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, recants a tale. The esoteric approach won't fail. Tune in. It's time for Common Man.
Common man. Charms your housewives like no one can. What you shoot?
Where'd we play?
Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in. It's time for Common Man.
Maybe doing it. Maybe he just stumbled upon something. Maybe we reverse what we do. Throw people.
Change it up. Yeah.
Change it up.
Freshen it up.
Freshen it up a little bit. Play the fanfare for the Common Man, and then come back with the Common Man song.
Well, it's been 20 years.
What's that?
I mean, it's been 20 years since you've tried something.
It never stops with you, does it? Seriously, I'm not suggesting we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here for the producer.
Seems like that's what you're suggesting.
Well, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, and think about this. To me, the only word I can think of is humiliating. This must be humiliating to you to have to sit in that. You're the program director of the worst all sports radio station in the country, and they've got you sitting in the producer's chair.
For this show.
For this show. I mean, are you humiliated?
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's sad. Think about it. Think about when you go to the next program directors convention and they're all just mocking you behind your back. Look, there he is. He had to run the board for the Common Man show.
He's a board op.
He's a board op.
And during this show, they spell that Bored.
Yes. What are you saying now? You're all turning on me now.
I thought that was rim shot worthy, Chad.
Yeah, that was rim shot worthy.
Your button bar needs to be reorganized.
Yeah. You know where we're at? Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, Eagan, the new Winter Park. Well, that's where we're at. Oh, I see.
Delayed.
There's a little delay. This is continuing coverage of Training Camp 2025, and I get the feeling that today is going to be a day. It's going to be one of those. Where were you today? Whatever happens on these practice fields today, whatever happens on these practice fields today is going to speak volumes about this franchise today, tomorrow, next week, 2025, and beyond, years, maybe decades beyond. This is a big practice today. I can just sense it. Lots going to happen out here. It's going to be big, and we're going to be here to document the whole thing. And boy, what a lineup we have today. Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out. Blake Cashman, Eden Prairie product, as PA would say, linebacker extraordinaire. Didn't he muddle around with the Jets for a while? And he really did.
Jets in Houston?
Yeah. But did he have a good year in Houston?
I think he had put together like 2 solid years in Houston after, with the Jets, he was, I think, injured for
that's right.
Good chunk of it.
And so then he prodigal son comes home. He wanders into the Twin Cities. And next thing you know, he had a really good year last for. At least that's what they tell me. The people that play that linebacker position say he had a really good year. He's scheduled to join us.
Is he a Mike or a Sam or a Will?
I think he's an Ennery the 8th I am. Ennery the 8th okay. I am. And so one of the, I think he can bounce around, do a lot. Does he wear? Versatile. Let me ask you this. Let's see how much you know about your Minnesota Vikings. Does he wear the green dot?
I think he wears the green dot.
Well, then that's all you need to know. If he's got the green dot.
I think last year he was missed like 2 or 3 games last year.
And then it was Ivan Pace wore the green dot. Did he not? I thought Ivan Pace had the green dot. How cool is it to have the green dot? Abbott's wearing the green dot right now. He's calling all the plays back at 1600 Utica Avenue South. You know what? Here's the best thing. So listen to this now. So I pull up to come in here, right? And there's when I say elderly gentleman, he looks like he's my age or a little older, right? He gets out and his wife is with him. I'm assuming it's his wife. And they go to greet somebody else that's pulling up.
Could be a mistress.
It could be. They're coming in for friends and family, right? So he sees me and he sees my media patch. And he goes, "Media, huh? What are you going to be doing?" And I go, "Doing a radio show here." He goes, "Oh, okay." He goes, "What, he goes, what, who are you with?" And I go, KFAN. "Oh, the fan, right." Now, his wife has wandered up at this point, sees him talking to me. So then he goes, It is. So she gets really excited. Hi, how are you? And he goes, yeah, he's a media guy from KFAN. And she goes, oh, and turns around and walks away. I think she thought I was Fran Tarkenton or something like that, right? That I was something maybe. And I got that kind of a build of a football player. She became very disinterested. Look at their lining up, friends and family coming in the gate. Going to be a big day to hear Blake Cashman at 12:15, the legendary Mark Rosen at 2 o'clock, and then former Viking linebacker Scott Studwell to talk about Jim Marshall. It's Jim Marshall Day out here at TCO. Short break, come back with a little distat lat. It's Common and Tennessee, and Chad Abbott back in Master Control Studio right here on the Fan.
The reviews and ratings are in, and Ice Cube's Big 3 is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, with playoff elimination on the line, the stars will be flocking to Los Angeles to witness the most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win over Houston to make the playoffs, reeling from last week's savage beating at the hands of Chicago's possessed Montrezl Harrell. Last time these teams met, Miami beat Houston, but they are a dangerous team having their manhood at stake. Then breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. Will LA avenge their previous shocking loss to perennial basketball Boston rivals to survive? 6 teams are allowed for 4 spots, and all must win. Don't miss the Big 3, the 3-on-3 basketball league everyone is talking about. There's no crying in the Big 3, and the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, followed by 2 games on Vice starting at 6:30 Eastern, presented by iHeart.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/iHeart.
TCO Performance Center, the new Winter Park. It's continuing coverage of Vikings Training Camp 2025, and the common man Dan Cole along with Tennessee. Excited and delighted to be joined by Eden Prairie's own Minnesota Viking linebacker Blake Cashman. Blake, thanks for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I want to establish something, though, right away. I just want you to know that I'm not one of those overweight, out of shape, know-it-all media members that you're used to talking to, right?
You look great. You look great.
I do, and I played the game at a very high level. I was a fierce pass-rushing, Rocket Gibraltar run-stopping defensive lineman, and a precise route-running, sure-handed pass-catching tight end. Played both sides. Played both sides of the ball. Now, that was back like when I was in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, but I still played at a high level. How was it like playing for Mike Grant?
Oh, it was great. Obviously, my time at Eden Prairie, we were very successful. Was surrounded by a lot of other good players before me and after me. But he was a coach that, I think did it the right way. And, I think it's when you're at a young age, it's very important just to really learn the game of football, the schematics. And he did a good job at teaching us that.
I've told this story before, but before Eden Prairie, he was a coach at Forest Lake High School, and I was working at the local radio station. They were doing the play-by-play for football. They're in the state playoffs in 1991. It's like a semifinal game at Mounds View. I've got a media pass for Game 6 of the 91 World Series. I say to him before the game, don't be calling in any unnecessary timeouts because I got to pack my gear up. It's going to be the shortest post game ever, and I'm going to get my car. I'm going to race down there and sprint the stadium. He goes, okay, I'm not making this up. That's what a great sense of humor he had, and how he just was cool, calm, and collected. About 3 or 4 minutes to go in the game, they got it well in hand. I looked down at the sidelines. He's got his back to the field looking at me going like this, like he's going to do a timeout. Now, does that sound like Mike?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
he does have a great sense of humor.
Really good sense of humor. He also told me once that what he would do was he knew the rule book so well, he would, if he had a play he wanted to try that he wasn't sure the referees would know, he would go tell him before the game. He'd go, by the way, just so you know, I'm going to do this thing. They'd look it up and see it, and he did it with John Toth was his fullback at the time. And the play you can do in high school is you can throw a pass to a running back, and as long as it's behind the line of scrimmage, the running back can throw a pass too. And of course, the other team had no idea that was coming, and Toth threw a touchdown pass. So Mike was pretty sharp. Great guy too.
He is. He definitely will find those little nuances to take advantage of other teams.
We were hoping you would bring some T-shirts for us that say "More is required," because that's pretty much the motto with this show too. A lot more is required from us.
I got you next time.
You got me next time. That's kind of the mantra for the team this year, right?
Absolutely. We're. I think since even before I got here with KO, we've they've had a great culture here, and that's something we've talked about in the off season. Every year there's this turnover, whether it be with the roster, coaches, and it's very important to keep the heart of that culture and to continue to move this organization in the right direction.
I'm sure in your athletic career you've had a lot of ups and downs, probably more ups than downs. How difficult was it to lose those last 2 games in the season when you were flying so high and everything looked like it was really coming together, and you lose to Detroit, had an opportunity for home field advantage throughout, and then you get beat by the Rams? Pretty tough to take.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. I think what hurt most about it was I think we all felt how special this team was, and we believed that we would be a Super Bowl contender, and it sure looked like that all year. But that's the beautiful thing about this game of football. You can't have a bad day in the playoffs. It's one of those things where once you're in the dance, anything can happen, and that's why you got to continue to prepare and work hard, because that anything can happen on any given Sunday.
Last year was year 1 for you in a B-Flow defense. This year going to be your second year in a B-Flow defense. Is there any difference between year 1 and year 2, or do you basically have like everything figured out now, or is there still stuff that you're learning even going into your second year?
There's always things we're learning and trying to advance, but when you're in the same scheme, for an additional year, you're definitely more comfortable with the playbook. You understand how coaches want things done. You have that repertoire that with those relationships, but we're really taking it to another level. I think this year we're finding ways where we can really take advantage of offenses, protections, or even their route concepts, where we can buy an additional player in the blitz, the rush pattern, or we could buy an extra additional player in coverage. So that's why this defense is so great, because in a lot of ways it challenges offense, has to make offenses probably keep more in protection, and it allows or forces them to protect a certain way, so we can anticipate what's coming, which allows us to play with a lot of confidence and play very fast.
I like what you said when I asked you about last year, the 2 losses last year, and you were talking about the team, and you said the team, and then you corrected yourself, said like last year's team. In other words, you're separating last year from this year, because this is a new team. You have additions through free agency, you have additions through the draft. So that's the way you look at it. You got to just, last year was last year. This is a brand new team. I thought that was interesting the way you said that.
Yeah, I think now with being 7 years playing in the NFL, that's just the way it goes. It's how it feels. But I think we kept a lot of great core pieces, and Those new guys have been added a lot of value to this roster, and they're picking up things very quickly and have done a tremendous job throughout our off-season program training camp. And you can just see it, feel it, that especially defensively, my side of the ball, like we're building a monster.
They always say with linebackers, when you have strong defensive linemen in the interior, how much it helps free you up. And obviously the Vikings addressed that position in the offseason with Jonathan Williams and Javon Hargrave. What have you seen from those two so far in training camp, and how much does that help you? Like, what specifically, how does that help a linebacker?
Well, like you said, I'm a big believer in, you win football games in the trenches up front. But those two guys, they've done an awesome job. They've been extremely disruptive in training camp, forcing our quarterbacks to get rid of the ball sooner than they need to, stuff in the run game. But, when you have guys on the defensive line that are problems for the offense, they have to maybe hang on to those blocks a little bit longer, which allows us at the second level to get to where we need to faster, and we get to work through less traffic. It's nice when you diagnose the run play, right where you need to go, and you don't have a big offensive lineman climbing up to you quickly, and you have to go hat in hands, deal with them when you can just run free. It allows a lot of opportunity to make plays in TFLs.
By the way, Blake Cashman, a Vikings linebacker, is our guest. In reading some of the local media talking about what's happened at practice, it seems like the defense has certainly been, I would dare even to say, dominating the offense a little bit. Is that kind of by design? Because with JJ being so young, you've never taken a snap in a regular season game, you want to fill his plate and let him see what defenses will bring at you, or is it just this? Is that by design, or is that just the way it's worked out so far?
I think there's a lot of variables going on, just because I think we do, especially with our starting group, like we do have a lot of experience, so we were able to throw kind of the whole playbook, a lot of our complex stuff right away, which, when you got a young quarterback, some new offensive linemen, like, that's going to be a little bit more challenging for them. But I think both offensively and defensively, like just the day-to-day between training camp, everybody has made great strides. I mean, I was talking with Brian Flores in during our night practice earlier this week, and we were very impressed. It was literally one of those, wow, like JJ is getting so good each day. And that's what you want to see out of every player, especially young players, is that daily improvement. And it just adds a lot of excitement here inside the building because, everybody here believes we can be a very successful team like we were last year.
I'm kind of curious, in other sports, baseball, hockey, like analytics has really taken over, all these new stats over the last 10 years. I feel like for football, I still haven't heard like a lot of analytical stats. So for like linebackers, it was always tackles, TFLs, maybe some sacks, forced fumbles, etc. Are there like analytical stats that you guys have behind the scenes that we just don't know about? Or like how do you evaluate a linebacker and whether they're having success or not?
I would say for most coaches and players, like when it comes to certain positions, at least defensively, we're not focused on the analytical parts. But when we start game planning and we are looking at offensive tendencies based off, formation, where the back is, where they're at in the field, like the analytics come into play, and they're a huge part of, what kind of defense we're going to be running, because, tendencies and situational football is what the NFL is.
I think what we'll do, I'm going to do some little inside football talk. We may lose a couple of listeners here. Do you prefer odd or even front?
I would say... I'd probably say even front.
Do you like blitzing from depth or from the LOS? The line of scrimmage.
Depth.
Depth, you do?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Well, just, for me, I like to use my speed and use space, because if I'm up at the line of scrimmage, I got to work my hands and, fight one-on-one with, sometimes a guy that's much bigger or stronger than me, where if I can take advantage with the space and time using my legs, maybe putting some head fakes in there or redirecting my eyes to set up a game, it allows me to become free.
Last question about inside football. If you're in an Okie look, do you like to align stacked?
I would say I don't really have a preference there.
No,
I
okay.
guess.
Very good. I just thought I'd throw that out there and see what you say.
You don't get that kind of questions from other media members, do you?
No, you don't. Last thing for you got some interesting body art.
Yo.
Yeah. Any stories to any of them? I mean, it looks like he got is that a steer's head?
Yeah, it's like a bull.
Okay.
I got that one of my first tattoos just because growing up, everyone said I was very bullheaded, kind of stubborn. When I was younger, I was a point guard in basketball.
Okay.
And, coaches would be like, "Man, that guy plays like a bull out there." Like a lot of. I brought a lot of physicality to basketball, but actually, one of my favorite ones is the time clock with the money symbol, and then on the date of the money symbol, it was the day I was drafted.
Okay.
And
it was time, and you got paid.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
I don't have that on my arm.
No, I don't either. Yeah.
As you get older, I think people quickly realize that like time becomes one of the most valuable things.
Yeah, and then you got a straight flush and a rose, and you got an American Eagle.
Yep, you got that. You got gratitude on the tricep. Always bet on yourself. Live today, tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
Got that from Casey O'Brien, who I played with college football, who's had a long history of battling cancer and one of the strongest people I know. And he was speaking at I think the Big Ten Media Awards or something like that, and he ended his speech with that, and I thought it was really cool just because of his perspective is so different than somebody like me, and he always showed up no matter how bad of a day he was having with his health. He always showed up with so much energy and a smile on his face, and that appreciation for life really stuck with me.
It's a nice nod to him. Great stuff.
That's awesome.
Thanks for dropping by and spending time with us. We appreciate it. Good luck this season, and maybe the Lombardi Trophy will be coming your way.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
That's Blake Cashman, Vikings linebacker, out here at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the new Winter Park. Take a short break, come back with more after this here on The Fan.
The reviews and ratings are in, and Ice Cube's Big 3 is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, with playoff elimination on the line, the stars will be flocking to Los Angeles to witness the most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win over Houston to make the playoffs, reeling from last week's savage beating at the hands of Chicago's possessed Montrezl Harrell. Last time these teams met, Miami beat Houston, but they are a dangerous team having their manhood at stake. Then breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. Will LA avenge their previous shocking loss to perennial basketball Boston rivals to survive? 6 teams are allowed for 4 spots, and all must win. Don't miss the Big 3, the 3-on-3 basketball league everyone is talking about. There's no crying in the Big 3, and the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, followed by 2 games on Vice starting at 6:30 Eastern, presented by iHeart.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
Life's messy. We're talking spills, stains, pets, and kids. But with Anabae, you never have to stress about messes again. At WashableSofas.com, discover Anabae sofas, the only fully machine-washable sofas inside and out, starting at just $699. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics. That means fewer stains and more peace of mind. Designed for real life, our sofas feature changeable fabric covers, allowing you to refresh your style anytime. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa effortlessly. Perfect for cozy apartments or spacious homes. Plus, they're earth-friendly and built to last. That's why over 200,000 happy customers have made the switch. Upgrade your space today. Visit WashableSofas.com now and bring home a sofa made for life. That's WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
Continuing coverage, we call this live from TCO Performance Center, the new Winter Park out in Eagan. Quite the complex, and I have a complex. I'm the common man, Dan Cole. He's Tennessee, and a humiliated Chad Abbott back at our Master Control Studios at 1600 Utica Avenue South. How the mighty have fallen from being he was given a statuette for being the best sports/news program director in all of iHeartMedia. Just a few short 13, 14 years ago. Now he's a board hog.
We call that a fall from grace.
Oh, God. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it's...
Yeah, you find this funny, don't you?
Well, I find I can keep it with 4 years, as Doug Grohl once said to Jesse Ventura. I do find it funny. I'm back at it. I'm laughing and smiling again.
Oh, both of you. That's great.
Yeah, we're piling on is what we're doing. What the hell else was I just going to say? I was going to say something about something, but I forgot what it was, so I'll just talk about something else instead. I know what it was. So remember, was it yesterday? Did we do the top 10 players at each position in the National Football League? And on the defensive side of the ball, not one Minnesota Viking was listed in the top 10 in any of those positions. So now that's...
Yeah, we might have a top 5 defense.
Oh, exactly right. So now that same gaggle of NFL quote-unquote experts from CBS Sports, 5 of them tend to be Cody Benjamin, Jordan Dejani, Jared Dubin, Garrett Podell, and Tyler Sullivan. They were asked to identify the 10 best players at every single position on offense.
We might have a couple here now.
Well, we'll see. Who do you think the fight? Now, this, they have highest rank, lowest rank. So, in other words, each guy gave it a ranking. The number 1 quarterback, his highest rank was 1, obviously. His lowest was 2. So at least one person of this 5 did not say this quarterback was the best in the league. Who do you think is ranked number 1?
I mean, the obvious answer has always been Mahomes, but statistically, he's actually been a little bit down lately. I'm going to go Josh Allen.
They have it, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Yep. They say even after the second big game shellacking of his career, the ever acrobatic Mahomes remains a standard setter for clutch play. And I do tend to agree with that. You're right that the numbers haven't been as he hasn't been, what did PA like to say, a big box score? But certainly...
They're not getting downfield like they used to.
Yeah. Who do you think is at number 2?
Well, then I would say Josh Allen, but the way you asked it.
Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
At number 2. Then it's Josh Allen.
Then it's got to be Burrow.
Yep. Who do you think is at number 5?
5 is where there's kind of a cutoff. For some reason, I feel like Jalen Hurts should be here, but I feel like nationally he gets disrespected a little bit.
It's not Jalen Hurts. Same division.
Oh yeah, Jay Daniels.
Jay Daniels at number 5. Then they got Matty Stafford of the Rams, still at the ripe old age of, I think he's like 56 years old now. They have him as the 6th. It says at age is a question. He's 37, along with stamina. But when he's upright and feeling it, his rocket arm is still capable of making a deep playoff run. And you can hear the wind shredded by the they didn't really do the laces thing. What do you think about that?
He's got some back injury stuff going on right now. Like he hasn't practiced, I think, all of training camp for them, and they're being a little cryptic about it. I'm getting concerned about Stafford because even if he's healthy, like that back stuff, as Chad Abbott well knows, that back stuff can pop up anytime. And for a guy who's going to be taking hits like he does, I have a little concern about his health this year. And I think, obviously, if healthy, Rams are big game contender in the NFC. And I know they got Jimmy G behind them, so they have a quality backup. But I feel like the Rams season is not going to go like they think it's going to go.
Number 7 is Jalen Hurts. His highest rank was 5. His lowest was 10. That's what leaves him at 7. They say no one seems to agree
How
on
do you put him at 10?
I don't know. No one seems to agree on his individual ceiling. In the meantime, the rugged leader just gets the job done when he's needed most, and that would be the way to describe it.
If you got a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, which quarterback in the NFL do you want to have? I'll take Jalen Hurts.
I think I want Jalen Hurts. How about this at number 8? Who do you think they have at 8? I'm going to see if this surprises you at all.
Jared Goff?
Yeah. Does that surprise you, Jared Goff at number 8?
I think we're in that range where it's the Jared Goffs of the world, and his team is winning more than probably the other ones that are in that range.
Well, and here's what it says, and I absolutely agree with this summation. A clean pocket is a necessity for his pocket passing to work, but Goff's been a resilient distributor for Detroit's all-star playmakers. And I think that's absolutely true, don't you?
And he's had a clean pocket.
Yeah, when he has a clean pocket, he's really, really good.
I mean, you could say that about Kirk Cousins.
It's exactly right. And your guy, Justin Herbert, at number 9. And then
overrated.
And then Jordan Love at number 10.
Overrated.
You think that's overrated? They say in his 2 full seasons as Aaron Rodgers' successor, the zippy-armed Love has already led 2 playoff runs in Green Bay. What don't you like about playoff runs, Tennessee?
Playoff appearance is different than a playoff run.
Well, they did win 1 game.
That was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
They didn't win one last year, did they?
Well, I don't think so, but they still won a game.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
right.
A playoff run.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from Brock Purdy. Not in the conversation. He received some top 10 votes.
He received some votes,
but that's all it says. Running back, as you would imagine, Saquon Barkley at number 1. Number 2, the guy I wanted us to sign along with Saquon.
Well, there's like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Is Derrick Henry still on that list?
There were 5. Derrick Henry is on the list at number 2. Christian McCaffrey at 3. Then Jahmyr Gibbs at number 4. You think that's too high? Do you think that's
no? That's
right?
where Jahmyr should be.
Yeah,
he's electric.
Yeah, he is. I would even say he's Sonic like. I would say.
I think that's very, very apt.
Bijan Robinson of the Falcons at 5. Is he that good? Maybe I'm not paying as close attention to Falcons football as I was.
He came in very highly regarded. As a prospect, he was considered like a generational running back prospect. I think he's been good to this point. I don't know if he's been great.
Josh Jacobs at 6?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. Jonathan Taylor at 7?
Sure.
Jimmy Cook at 8.
He's holding out right now.
Yep. Elvin Kamara at 9. And how do you say the Dolphins kid's name?
Devon Achane.
Achane? Yeah, Achane. He's at number 10.
He's had some moments of where he looks really, really good.
Wide receiver.
What about Ashton Genty, the rookie? They're not throwing any rookies in there?
Not this panel of experts.
Because I believe many think Ashton Genty will be top 3 this year.
Who do you think they got number 1, Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson?
I think because of some of the injury stuff Jefferson's had, I'm guessing Jamar Chase is now number 1.
Yeah, what's interesting, both of them they were 1-2. Chase followed by Jets. Highest rank by the panel, at least one person had each of them ranked number 1. They received at least 1, and they also, their lowest rank was 2. So they were 1-2 in everybody's poll. Everybody. 1,
when
2.
Those 2 played together in LSU, and they had Joe Burrow as quarterback, is that the greatest college football team we've ever seen?
I don't see it. Certainly, offensive playmakers, I don't know how it could be any better than that. Yeah. C.D. Lamb at number 3.
Yeah, I think there's like a range of 3 to like 8 where you could interchange a bunch of them. But
A.J. Brown at 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown at 5, Nakua at 6,
yeah.
Neighbors at 7.
Neighbors will be number 3 within the next 3 months.
Brian Thomas Jr. at 8.
And he might be above some of those guys, too.
Tyreek's at 9.
He's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can do it for another year.
That here. It says age might finally be catching up with the longtime speedster, as evidenced by our split opinions on Miami's outspoken deep threat. Because they had, highest rank was 4. There was at least one person that didn't rank him in the top 10.
I could see that.
Nico Collins at number 10.
Nico Collins might move up that list.
Tight end, who do you think they have as the best tight end in this panel of 5?
I think they're going with Brock Bowers already.
George Kittle. Brock Bowers at number 2.
Because Kittle can block.
Yeah. Bowers at number 2. Number 3.
I think it should be Trey McBride for Arizona.
They have him at 4. Sam Laporta. At number 3.
He had a little bit of a down year last year compared to his rookie season.
Kelsey at 5.
Another guy where age is catching up to him a little bit.
And then your guy, T.J. Hawkinson, at number 6. 6th-ranked tight end in the NFL. Dallas, Goddard.
For Philadelphia.
Eagles. Mark Andrews at number 8. Isaiah Likely at 9.
And both those guys play for the Ravens. They have 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, think about that. And then the Browns have David...
Njoku.
Njoku.
Yep.
Offensive line.
So we got one tight end and one wide receiver in the top 10.
Now we'll go to the offensive line. Tristan Wirfs is ranked number 1. Penny Sewell, number 2.
Yep.
Lane Johnson, 3. Trent Williams, 4. Creed Humphrey, 5. Tyler Smith is at 6. Trey Smith at 7. Jordan Malata at 8. Rashawn Slater at 9. Quentin Nelson at 10. No Darrisaw.
Question for you.
Sure.
These 5 riders, I'm not trying to dismiss their NFL credibility.
Correct.
How much offensive line play can? You're not watching every left tackle in the National Football League.
No, you're
breaking
not. You're correct.
All the skill positions you went through. Like if you're playing fantasy football, you have an idea of who's putting up what stats.
Yeah.
You can physically see a wide receiver make a catch and then get some yak after. These guys aren't breaking down every single offensive lineman in the National Football League. They're going off of just, well, this guy was a Pro Bowler last year. I'll rate him here.
If you'd like me to, I have a little time on my hand in the evenings because I played the game and I played a little offensive line. Would you like me to put my top 10 together?
Sure.
I mean, it'd probably be more credible.
I'd like to hear
those guys.
Chad Abbott. He's an offensive line guy.
Chad Abbott, are you there? Time for 2 more.
What's that now?
Time for 2 more questions, guys.
Yeah. Don't we have to break? What?
No.
Oh.
No. Unless you want to.
Were you sleeping?
No, this has been good.
No, well, we were... all I've been told by you and the other coroner in the coroner's office, if you talk football/Vikings, you win.
Football always wins.
Football always wins. We just broke down the top 10 players at every offensive position in the National Football League, and you say it was okay. Tenneby's analytical skills are second. That he's not given enough credit. Mr. Hockey community guy. He knows football.
No, he knows his ball. I've sat and watched games with him for years.
I know a stacked alignment in Anoki.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what the LOS means?
Yeah, of course.
Line of scrimmage. A lot of people didn't that were listening, I'm sure.
I've heard POS more than LOS, but whatever.
well, there's that.
Where's your rim shot?
Yeah. If you were paying attention...
I'll get to it. Yeah.
You're just miserable right now, aren't you?
I'm just trying to do multiple things at once, and you're
basically
like 4th on the list right now.
50% of our button bar pages has the rim shot on it somewhere.
I don't have anything left. I'm spent. Because usually I expect Brett Blakemore back there, a couple of horn honks. Yeah, there you go. Now we're talking.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Well, we're going to do that with Rosen. Because remember when he said when he came back from Mr. B, he goes, boy, it was so refreshing to go somewhere where I wasn't recognized everywhere I go. Think about the ego. It was refreshing for him.
I feel like we should record audio of people yelling Rosie or get Rosie going and make it sound like it's in the background.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
Just fire those off when he's.
Or what we could really do to get him going? Abbott, look for some bee buzzing.
Right, I'm on it.
That'll just freak him out.
Brilliant.
Oh, it'll be so good. Yeah. So,
all right.
So we had a couple of Vikings on our list. So that was how many different players? I think there was 5.
Did you just go through tackles?
That was just offensive line.
Oh, that was offensive line.
It
was top 10.
All line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought if you're going to do tackles, that I think Darrisaw would be on it. Or if you just right tackles specifically, Brian O'Neill would be on it.
Yes. But that was just offensive.
And our interior guys are maybe at their position.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think, and I'm not a big go by Vegas odds makers because they're just looking to they
go off a quarterback play a lot.
I think
there's
they do,
questions about our quarterback. So
and they're just trying to get people to bet money. And that 8.5. I mean, and you know me, I try to avoid the ducky and bunny take. I really do. And generally, what happens? It'll happen again this year. I'll get beaten down by the Rosens and the PAs and all the others that will be talking about how good this team is, and this team is really, the old it'll be the Falcons and the Vikings in the NFC Championship game. You're on your own after then I'll probably go on, what am I missing? Why am I the only guy that doesn't see it? But even at this point, I'd take that over on the 8.5, I think. Now, I know their schedule is tough, right?
Schedule's tougher. I think it's all the quarterback.
Yeah. Well, but how about this? I mean, I think you addressed this yesterday, but I don't think you can really undersell Addison missing the first 3 games because he is the number 2 wideout on the team. Yep. Like you said, if they're able to control the line of scrimmage and they're able to, if Jalen Naylor can add some catches and step up to number 2 for all, they should be okay. But still, you're taking away your number 2 wide receiver. And then I don't know do we really believe that Justin Jefferson's hammy is just very mild? Probably, right? I mean, even though he's missing practices, he wouldn't be practicing much anyways, I don't think. How much practice does that guy need? I don't think he needs any.
That's why they're just being cautious.
Yeah, so that's just cautious. You don't think there's any...
Well, I hope not. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I haven't seen the medical reports on it.
Yeah. Sunday, 3 o'clock?
Saturday,
3 o'clock.
It's a football Sunday on a Saturday.
Yeah, we take on the Texans of Houston. My guess is nobody from Houston, anybody of...
I think it's already, yeah. Did PA have the Texans play-by-play guy?
What they said, yeah. And none of their
They don't need
players.
to see C.J. Stroud. No. They don't need to see Nico Collins. I guess their running back situation, I have no idea what's going to happen there. So they're going to, because Joe Mixon's hurt, and I don't think they have a lot of good backup options for him. So there's going to be some competition with, Nick Chubb is now there, who was a longtime Cleveland Browns really good running back, but age and just had some, near catastrophic injuries. But they're taking a chance on him. Damian Pierce they've had for a couple of years, hasn't done a whole lot. They drafted Woody Marks, who's more of a pass-catching running back. So you're going to see kind of competition from those guys. But, your main guys for Houston, are not going to play.
Saw an Associated Press NFL story that said, headline, added competition makes wide receiver the position to watch at Packers training camp.
They got a lot there.
Who do they got? Jaden Reed.
They have Jaden Reed. They have Romeo Doubs. They have Dontavian Wicks. Now, Christian Watson was the guy they drafted pretty highly years ago. He's never, he hasn't been able to stay on the field. That's half his problem.
Matthew Golden.
So Matthew Golden's who they drafted this year. I will be honest with you, and from the studying I had done on wide receivers in the draft, he was not the highest on my list. I just kind of looked at him as more of a big play guy, but apparently he's getting rave reviews in training camp. Just Jordan Love basically called him a stud the other day. So Matthew Golden might emerge as their number 1 wide receiver on a team that doesn't have... They have quality wide receivers, but not a guy. And maybe he'll emerge as the guy.
What do you know about the TCU product? They just drafted him, too. Is it Savion?
I don't know him a lot. Savion Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. But they are... I bet they're going to be in a position... around, whenever the final cuts have to be made, they might be trading one of those guys somewhere else and trying to bring back some late-round draft capital.
Yeah, this story basically just summed up what you said. It says, the presence of Reed, Watson, Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks gave Green Bay plenty of young talent, even if there wasn't a clear-cut number 1 option.
I think Wicks is going to be one of those they're going to trade him.
You know what? Bring in all the wideouts you need. Come on over to U.S. Bank Stadium. We got no problems with that. Bring as many as you want. We don't care. Line of 5. We've got a defense that's aggressive without being reckless. And it's getting better. You heard Cashman? Cash in, cash out. Said the defense is better.
He's pretty excited about it.
Yeah, he's pretty excited about it. I think everybody is. I think...
It's hard not to be excited about the defense. How much improvement they made last year under Beeflo, and then... the spots that we found to be weak, which would be the interior of the defensive line, it sounds, at least through training camp, assuming they stay healthy, because that's the biggest question with them. If they stay healthy, it sounds like they just completely solidified that line. They might have one of the best defensive lines in football.
Well, speaking of questions, I was asking several hard-hitting questions. That's what I do. I don't pull any punches. I don't throw softballs at Blake.
I can see how much he respected you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I said, well, now, the defense has basically been dominating, right, during these practices. And I have to, is that by design? Are they trying to say, let's show McCarthy everything we come. This is what the real world's
the
like.
kitchen sink.
Yeah, and so in other words, when you go to the regular season game, not that there won't be defenses as good as the Vikings, but it will be like, because it sounds to me like he's been overwhelmed. I mean, there was a quote in one of the stories in the Fish Wrap Factory West today. I wish I had it pulled up right away because it might take me a second. So if you have anything to say about the Vikings.
I was going to say, like, the idea of throwing all of those defenses at a guy like that, I get how that can benefit. That can also destroy his confidence a little bit, which is very important in sports, especially at that position. He's going to be fine. He has the quarterback whisper. Kevin O'Connell took Josh Dobbs in a span of 2 days and put him in a football game, and they won the game.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the paragraph in the story today. McCarthy has also been flashing his running ability, which he said he wished he could keep on the low, extending plays on scrambles. On Wednesday, he chased down Blake Cashman after being intercepted by the linebacker. So we got to see him run.
I was going to ask Cashman about the interception.
Yeah, well, it's great that he's got a little fancy footwork and some speed, but I'd rather be scrambling than chasing down a linebacker who picked off your pass. I just found that right. He's showing off his running abilities, trying to chase down a linebacker who picked him off. So I found that's a little disconcerting. I mean, that's kind of faint praise, I think, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it depends on how the interception was, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Was the interception a bad read by him, a bad throw, or was it, one of our stone hands wide receiver just deflected right off their hands into the lap of Blake Cashman?
He apparently is kind of a tough guy, too. Did you see this?
Well, obviously, he played hockey.
Yeah, he said, where did he say? On Saturday, McCarthy was the first to step to running back Aaron Jones' defense after Jones took a hard hit from linebacker Tyler Batty in the backfield. The snap after taking another hit downfield from linebacker Brian Asamoah.
It's Asamoah now.
Asamoah. And what were we saying about Asamoah? What was that bit?
I'm hearing some good things about
Brian Asamoah. McCarthy said Wednesday, I know they would do the same thing.
By the way, he might get cut this year.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
McCarthy said, I know they would do the same thing for me, being sticking up for him, right? Just as a QB and a former hockey player, I used to be the enforcer out there, believe it or not. I love that stuff, letting my teammates know I got their back because I know they've got mine. So he's got a little tough guy to him. That is like, if you start pushing one of our players around, you cheap shot somebody, don't think I'm going to be that quarterback that just slides down. I'm coming after you. So I kind of like that.
Where is J.J. McCarthy from again? I'm curious where he was playing. Was he a Michigan guy?
From his mother's womb. I mean, that's where it started, but I don't know what part of the country he was in when he was there.
He was born in Illinois. Because I'm just curious,
state of hockey?
At what point did he stop? I thought he stopped playing hockey when he was 15, 16. I'm sorry, but there's not enforcers when you're 12, 13, 14 years old. That doesn't exist. It's not like I'm going to get in a fight for my teammate.
Maybe Illinois hockey's tougher than Minnesota.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Illinois might have different rules than Minnesota hockey.
Maybe they let him go to toe-to-toe.
I love that he's tough. I love that he's got the hockey sense in him. I'm not convinced he was an actual enforcer in hockey.
Yeah.
He was Derek Bugard out there.
Do you think we'll ever get a chance to ask him face-to-face? We don't get the McCarthys of the world, right?
No, he'll be on Barreiro. Sure.
Yeah, and that's fine, because you know what? I loved having Blake Cashman on, Ryan O'Neal. Who do we have last year? Cam Beasy. Was it Cam Beasy who laughed until he cried when he goes, well, when did you play? And I said 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. He just burst out laughing. Cashman did too.
Cam Beasy was a good interview.
Yeah.
I like Cam
Cashman
Beasy.
laughed too when I told him it wasn't that long ago. It was when I was in 4th, 5th, 6th grade. They loved that bit. So anyway. You are awake back there. Isn't that amazing?
I'll tell you, he's great with the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny? He's really good with the clock.
Really not that hard.
He knows when to go to break. Well, you'd be surprised how many people screw that up.
Yeah. Trust me. How many times have we started at 12:05? Oh, sorry. Sound like a complaint about the show in front of us, but it's happened before, trust me. Hey, this is live from...
We would just never impose on other shows.
No, of course we would. This is live from Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the new Winter Park. Don't forget Mark Rosen at 2 o'clock and former Vikings linebacker Scott Studwell at 2:30. Talk a little bit about Jimmy Marshall, It's Jim Marshall Day out here, so we'll talk to him about that. Other side of the break is 53410. What you got?
To run or not to run? That will be the question.
Got you.
Ice Cube's Big Three is the surprise hit of the summer. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS, with playoff elimination on the line, the most physical, fiercest, and competitive basketball in the world. Miami's Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson must win to make the playoffs, and breakout star Dwight Howard of the LA Riot will battle Gary Payton's Boston squad in a do-or-die match for both teams. 6 teams are alive for 4 spots, and all must win. There's no crying in the Big Three, and the no-holds-barred action starts Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Presented by iHeart.
Lenovo is built for creators who don't wait for inspiration. They chase it. With inventive tech, built-in AI tools, and seamless performance, Lenovo devices powered by Intel Core Ultra processors are designed to bring your wildest ideas to life faster. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Enjoy flexible financing, rewards on every purchase, and free shipping. And students get special offers when you create an account at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. At WashableSofas.com, you'll find the Anabe sofa, which combines ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. And get this, it's the only sofa that's fully machine washable from top to bottom, starting at only $699. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabe has you covered. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your home. Right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.